recording. And we are online, but we have no guests yet. And he told me to not bother with Facebook. I think he's worried I'll mess it up.
So here's my question, as this is a forum for the public to give us feedback, and we are a quorum, and then some, if the public, members of the public aren't present or call in to give us feedback, then
we don't talk about anything.
Yeah, we're all set. We're just gonna ask if there's any questions.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I was down to give it, I was planning on be here all morning, so if we want to give it like 10, 15 minutes, give people a chance to, get in. And then here we have Judy, I believe. Fantastic. Hi there.
Good morning, Judy.
Morning, Judy.
Good morning. I'm just going to stay on for a few minutes because I have an appointment, but want to hear what you're going to say a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Did you watch any of the previous meetings too?
No, sorry.
No worries. I just wanted to let you know that Cam does have them up on the website as well. The last two meetings, we went kind of line by line. The first meeting, we did it with the department heads, so they have kind of a more expansive discussion about what their budget looked like, and I did ask them what their wish list items were. And then the second meeting was line by line, page by page, and we screen shared the budget. So you should be able to, if you want to watch that whole recording, you should be able to follow right along the way we set it up. Oh, you're muted right now.
Is this going to be recorded?
This is recorded. It's not live on Facebook right now just because I don't have Cam here and I just want to make sure I don't mess anything up, but this is recorded and will be posted as well.
Okay, thank you. And may I just make one comment?
Of course.
There are 491 towns in Maine. I don't think we're going to exist forever with so many separate little administrations and budgets and everything else. So I wish we would think large. And one more comment I want to make before I leave. That old church on the hill, it's now been, I think, 6 years since we had that report. If a wind like yesterday or today were to take that steeple off, where would it go? Please think about that. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Since this is a workshop, do we have to make the declaration that it started, or?
We can.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the workshop for the fiscal year 2025-26 proposed budget. We're just waiting for people to join. Our last two meetings were very in-depth, and we went line by line. We've met with the department managers and gone through in great detail. So we were hoping to just open this up for any questions, and we'll stay on here for a bit. Hopefully we'll get some folks in.
If you are watching this recording back and seeking any information, if you go to the town website, buckfield.maine.gov, and then you select in the menu boards and committees and then budget committee, you can find all the relevant information that we'll be talking about here today. There is a link in there beneath the meeting dates that says 2025 to 2026 proposed budget version 1. And that is the document that we have been following these last few meetings. We also have the last two select board workshops we've had on the budget up on that page as well. You'll see those below the link to the budget document itself. In the first recording, like I just mentioned to Judy, we went through kind of department by department, but a little bit out of order. As the meeting was at 6 p.m. that night, we were trying to get the department heads home for dinner. So we kind of prioritized those departments first and then addressed smaller things that have no department head, like Parks and Recreation, and then anything that Cam had pertinent information on. Whereas workshop number 2 is like page by page, line by line, all in order. And we screen shared the budget as we went through it. So you should be able to kind of scrub right through it, find the parts that you specifically want to find, or just watch the whole thing and follow along.
Yes.
And if I may, I realize that many people are familiar with the budget process, but for those people who are not, and it looks a little bit different this year because we do not have a budget committee, that at this stage, the department heads gave their information to our town manager, who then has put together what he proposes as a budget, which is the document that Azalea was just referencing that everyone can find. As a select board, we are looking for the input from citizens of the town, what they would like to see more of, less of, questions, comments. And then the next step in the process is for the select board to go through this budget as it stands now, version 1, and make any recommendations, changes to that. At any point during this process, we welcome feedback, input, information, questions from any citizen of the town or anyone who has information that may be helpful. And then, of course, this will go to everyone for the town to make the decisions. So that's where we're at in this process.
Right. So far, nothing's set in stone. We're just looking for ideas on how to fund the upcoming year for our departments to best serve our community, while also keeping the tax burden relatively reasonable, of course.
And as this is a workshop for the community to give us information, for those people who are attending, Judy, we welcome any information, but once we've gathered the information from people who are attending, that will be the end of this workshop, as we are a quorum and this is not the place for the select board to be discussing.
Yeah, no motions
Yes.
will be made today or decisions, just collecting feedback.
I feel like we should have music playing.
Let me call my insurance. I'm sure they have some nice old music they can play for us.
Yes. What is the date? Oh, Judy, yes.
Oh, you're muted at the moment, Judy. If you could just unmute yourself real quick. You're good. We appreciate
Okay,
you doing that.
I'm just wondering, have you got a tentative idea of where the budget is and what the mill rate will be, could be?
Cameron said that with the numbers he has right now, as we're still waiting on county and school to get back to us, his budget, again, estimate, nothing solid, is about like 1550, 1575 per thousand.
So that would be the mill rate, but that includes an increase from the school
and county
and
an estimated 5%.
Okay, thank you.
And then another information point for people is the upcoming RSU 10 board and budget meeting schedule. They do have a couple more budget workshops, as well as the final meeting to kind of solidify their budget. They will be meeting, let's see, in 2 days on March 10th at 6 p.m. at the Mountain Valley High School cafeteria. They'll also be meeting March 24th, which let me check what day of the week that is.
Monday.
March 24th on Monday at 6 p.m. at the Buckfield Junior Senior High School. And then March 31st, which is another Monday at 6 p.m. They're having a budget workshop at the Mountain Valley High School Library. And let's see, and they'll be posting the warrants for individual towns May 12th through 16th. May 19th, Monday, the Nizinskit Region Budget Informational Meeting will be happening at the Buckfield High School Auditorium. And then their annual budget meeting, which is kind of where everything gets solidified, is May 28th on a Wednesday. We are looking for people who might be interested in taking a bus to Mountain Valley High School on, I believe, that May 28th date. So just email the town manager and let him know that that's something he'd be interested in lieu of them, not being able to host the meeting itself in Buckfield. And since they don't, I believe, allow Zoom participation, if there's enough community interest, we'll ask them to send one of the school buses over, and so we could all carpool to the meeting if we'd like. But yeah, just let Cameron know if that's something you're interested in.
And as I understand, Azalea, folks who attend that meeting actually vote
Yes.
as to if the school budget moves forward or does not.
Yeah.
And this would be the place where, if enough members of the community go, we could truly have a say in what school budget moves forward.
For sure. Yes. And if you have any of their contact information, we must have it up on the town website, but Allison Long and Erin Hinckley are our school board representatives for the town of Buckfield. You can reach out to them anytime with input on the budget, and they'll also have that information for you if you have trouble accessing it. But yes, that May 28th meeting is kind of like the decision-making meeting where the public will get to vote on if the budget proceeds or not. Which is why, that's the meeting that we're considering asking them for the bus for. But before then, they're going to have that informational meeting on May 19th right here in Buckfield as well.
That was a lot of information, Judy. Did that answer your question?
Yes, but I believe that I've been to those meetings, by the way. A group of us used to carpool and go. There are only a very few of us who ever went, and we didn't have much to say. Actually, the school budget will not be determined, I believe, until we vote at the town office in June. Is that not the case? That's the actual determinant.
But I believe at that meeting is when they decide
if that's
what the budget is that goes to vote.
Yeah.
And what we have experienced here in Buckfield is whether Buckfield agrees or disagrees, votes yay or nay with the budget, what that number is on our ballots is what's decided upon. And there have been times that Buckfield has said no to that budget, and that budget happens anyway.
Exactly.
So if enough people go, if people from Buckfield disagree with that budget number, that's the place where we can have an impact on what that budget number is that shows up on the ballot. As I understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, by the time it is on the ballot that's sitting in front of us in the poll booth, I believe it's just kind of an overall vote. It's not like, a majority of Buckfield voted no, so it's no. It's like what a majority of the district votes. So at those smaller meetings where it's in-person voting, it's, kind of more likely to have an impact for the town of Buckfield to show up and voice their say rather than at the poll booth, because that's a accumulation of every town that is in the district of RSU 10. We are approaching 9:15, and I'm not seeing any other guests looking to join us today. We made sure we unlocked the doors.
Yeah, doors are unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else for us, Judy?
Oh, thank you very much for asking. I'm just worried, as you know, about the old church, that we have not really done much about it.
Yeah.
And as for the school, I hope you realize they're looking to build more on the school. And I really think we should have a number of people looking into it, because our school population, the last I saw, was between our two schools was 511.
Hmm.
I think I told you before, when we went into the RSU, we were 625.
Mhm.
And our three towns hit the height of our school population back in 1995, after we had built the new high school and we had portables. And then
Mhm.
we were at 763, I believe. So we are down more than, well, more than a third, is it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So just think about that. Of course, the budget goes up. I understand salaries and all, but I
Mhm.
don't know if we should be doing a lot of building.
Great point, Judy. Thank you for bringing up
Okay.
those numbers for us
And-
all.
Okay, I'm finito. Thank you very much for letting me.
No, that's great. This is information that not a lot of people, I know, there are a number of people in town who don't have kids in the school system, but the school system is still obviously going to impact them in this way. So I think it's all valuable information to bring to their attention. Thank you.
All right. Unless there's anything else? Nope. So we'll adjourn the workshop on March 8th, 2025 at 9:16 a.m.
We will still be having a select board meeting this coming Tuesday at 6:30, I believe, our usual time, just not our usual Tuesday, as we had a workshop this past Tuesday. And then, of course, up to then, our email inboxes are always open. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you.
Judy.